Hey, what is up? What is up? It's so fun. I'm so glad to be back and that we have a schedule. I think we're gonna be able to stick to it. I'm pumped up for this. Josh, what's up, dude? Good morning, Savvy. And for the new Savvy. Yes. You know what? I just wanted to kind of to tease it, I guess, a little bit, but one of the things I am realizing is how much time those videos take. Not only I guess, to do the best I can to test them out and to see things that, like, I guess I haven't seen before. I haven't really thought of, right? Because it's a different way of analyzing a champion. It's not just like, hey, here's all the cool stuff they can do. And so time is a thing. And so if I can test the champion on stream and then also get your ideas and stuff like, hey, I'd really like to see this, or did you think of this with the SIG? The comments and the chat of these videos, I always learn so much from you guys. Astro, you like that? You like that, buddy? The timing was incredible. What? Yeah, that's right. Ali, what's up, man? JCOP, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Crazen, what is up? So as I was saying, HB Best Tech Monkey, he's definitely the most fun, dude. I love your loyalty. I love your loyalty to Hulkbuster. We need more of that in this world. We need more loyalty, just devotion and loyalty. And you know what? It's not crazy. It's not crazy to think that he is potentially the best, or in that conversation. Let's go with that. He's in that conversation. He's allowed to be. And you know what? I think he's the most fun. I think he's the most fun. That's for sure. Gilly looking at you. Yeah, Gilly99 would like a word. So would my boy Guardian. You know what though? As much as I love Guardian, I think you guys know that. I'm seeing my hair. It's back to wild. I know some of you commented on the last video. It was pretty tamed. I love Guardian. I love Guardian. High Sig Guardian is just, I just love playing him and bringing him along. I'm so glad I have him. He's not the best tech, and I know that. Morali, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Vega best hippie look right now. Yeah. So I'm finally getting a haircut. I have not gotten a haircut since I live in San Francisco, and we shut down very early by USA standards, by American standards, or like what other people were doing. Like even my friends in Southern California, I remember they're like, "Whoa, you guys are shutting down early. You guys really think this COVID thing's real, huh?" I was like, yeah, apparently we do. And then like a week later, they were having the exact same situation. I haven't gotten my haircut since then, and I haven't got my beard trimmed. Like I've been trimming it myself, and I've got this coming up in 4 weeks, and I think I'm just letting myself go. I'm gonna let my my barber take care of it for me. What's up, Clyde? And sorry for anyone that I'm missing here. Namal, Warlock. Yeah, Warlock has to be in the best tech conversation. Spork, I like Spork. I've gone with Spam, and it just feels wrong because Spam already is a thing. I like Spork. I really like that. I assume you're talking about Spider-Ham, though. If you can confirm that for me, I would appreciate it. Tanuja, Immortal Abomination or Human Torch to rank 3, both awakened. Oh, dude, can you do both? I would say Human Torch, mainly because of Abyss. If you haven't done Abyss yet, you're planning to do Abyss, I would go with him. He is incredible. He is awesome. There's just fights that I know that we're seeing there's other champions can do it. But when I did it with Human Torch, and I feel like there's more wiggle room with him. Let's put it that way. But those are both great champions. I have them both at rank 3. In fact, I took them. Those are 2 of the. There might be more, but I know for a fact I took both of those champions to rank 3 unawakened, which is pretty rare. Buonasera. I'm pretty sure I said that wrong, Paolo, and I apologize. Buonasera. That's Italian, yes? So I just got Emma 6R. Am I supposed to be happy? I believe you should be. This might not be the best showcase of her today, but she is going to be the subject of my next R3 worthy video. I really like her. I am a fan of her, so I'm going in with high expectations for this video. So if you hear disappointment in my voice when the video comes out, keep that in mind, that I already like her. I already have her in my super premium column in my rankings, which is the second highest column that one could be in. That's so, meaning she's really, really good in my opinion. Astro Torch, yeah, but they're really good. Uh, hey, what's up, Paul? I love this. The chat is just going. Would you rank 3 Emma or Strife? Oh, dude, that is tough because I love Strife. But Emma's been in the game longer, so I feel like she's been more tested by the community. Strife clearly is great for long games. So if you have long form content to do, Abyss, Labyrinth of Legends, stuff like that, I'd probably lean towards Strife. If not, I would probably lean towards Emma. As of right now, I have not. We're just beginning the Emma testing today. Any word on the cable issues? Is there one? There definitely is one. I feel like Kabam even officially answered it on their forums recently, and they said that they're hoping to get it fixed by like the next build. For me, this just shows how little I understand how these things work, because I'm like, whatever button you hit that broke it, just hit that button again or unhit that button. Obviously, that's not how it works, but I wish they could, because he's still doing great things, though. I have friends who are still sending me videos of Cable, and he's just knocking out content. So you just got to play him a little bit differently, I think. Big Jerem, what's up, dude? I'm doing great. I'm pumped up to be back and streaming and hanging out with you all. Krishna, what's up? Thank you so much for stopping by. I'll try to get through this here. When you mention good champs, there's about an 8% chance Vega has them at R3 or R2 or as a maxed up 5. I have some of the top shelf champions, and they're only at rank 1 as 6 stars, and that's because of their sig level, I think, being important. At least it is to me. And I have them as maxed up 5 stars. Captain Marvel movie is 1. Like, there's no reason not to have her as a rank 3 champion in general, I think. But I have her as a maxed out 5. I do not have 6-star Fury. And so as a result, Captain Marvel 6-star is sitting at rank 1. All right. I love it when it's fun to read this stuff you guys write to each other. Paul, you pulled 6-star Ghost out of a cat with a piggy cav crystal. There were so many awesome pulls this weekend. There were so many awesome ones. That was actually my favorite part of reading through the comments on my video, on the spring cleaning video, which I know was long. Thank you everyone who worked your way through it. It was about halfway through it, and I realized I should have streamed this. But I had already opened up half the stuff, and I was like, no one's going to watch me open 2 crystals on a stream. So I just finished it off, and then I did my best to have it make sense and provide some idea of what was going to happen, so you guys could kind of click through it if possible. So I really appreciate everyone who watched it and commented. But my favorite thing about it was reading everyone else's pools. So many people crushed it this weekend. It was awesome. June, People's Champ, what's up, man? Thank you for coming by. Christopher, how's the day going? My day is doing awesome. I love being able to do this. This being stream. Used all my luck for the next few months. See, this is what I'm talking about. Spring cleaning. People crushed it. Landed a 6-star Gilly 99 classes 3. Oh my goodness. You did. You crushed it, dude. You crushed it. Congratulations. Rocky Panther got R3M. I adore. Interested to hear what you find. Rocky, if you don't mind, dude, if you're still there, would you mind telling me, would you consider your account to be more of the moderate? Let's say you have between 4 and 10 rank 3s. Was it for Thronebreaker? Maybe she was your first one or second, or would you say you're more in the top shelf? You've just got a multitude of rank 3s and you just brought her up. I'd be really interested in your perspective. People who've already done it obviously have the experience and they can know. Yeah, Richard Belding, Mr. Belding. Yeah, just press the undo. Can we just get Cable back? What button did you hit that made his degen get calculated a different way? That's weird. Spinnaker, what's up? Yeah, dude. So for those who don't know, I've built it into my calendar, into my actual work schedule. Tuesdays and Thursdays around this time, 9:35, give or take, Pacific Standard Time. I live in San Francisco. We're going to stream. That's been built in. I've looked at my schedule. I should be able to do that for the next month or two, and then summer will hit, so things will adjust again. And then in a way to try to get to hang out with more of you all on Wednesdays at 3:30 p.m. That way I can maybe hang out with a few more folks who are on the East Coast or more US based, because I know right now this time tends to work out well for a lot of our Europeans and folks in India and those time zones. So just try to be able to hang out with as many of you as possible. Thank you, June. Thank you. The beard, I'm working on it. Any tips for 6.1.3? Any fight in particular that you're talking about, Kyle? Let us know. And we'll see, because folks have, those are some ridiculously tough fights, and people will have memories on who they took in and things like that. That's also, again, I don't like to publicize our Discord server too much, because I think we have an amazing community, and it is small, but it's active, and it's perfect. Like, I really love it. But that is a great question for our Discord community. You can come in, ask in the advice channel, and I guarantee you people start answering your question relatively quickly. Well, it depends on what time of day you ask, but like if you went in right now or in the next few hours, I'm pretty sure you'd get some answers. Mr. Beldine, I took the APOC Map 6 boss with Caltrops node still up today. Cable. Oh, I like it. And dude, that's some chutzpah, dude. Taking it with Cable, being a mutant against APOC. I love it. I absolutely love it. Best skill champ is Karnak. Josh. Making me laugh already. What's up, Snoops? Quang, just a flat out no. You're probably answering a question or something. Maybe it's even a question I asked that I already forgot that I asked. But if there's more to it, let me know, dude. I want to know. Man Falcon, what's up, dude? This feels like a surprise birthday party, and like all of my friends are here. I could just say hi to people the whole stream. Namal just got Cav title a few days back. Congratulations. Are the nodes for Cav event quests stay the same? Yeah, man. Though, I always have trouble with that one because I don't believe we've received word from Kabam saying that like they will be static for an indefinite period of time. It feels like they adjust fairly regularly. Fluffy Pig Monster, if you're here, dude, this is us talking about Angela, and I remember him saying like, "Hey, Angela's really great. She's even great for the monthly." And I was like, "Yeah, but here's my concern, and here's why I'm not going to rank her higher." This is before she was buffed. Is what if they change the monthly nodes? Then all of a sudden Angela's not amazing for them. They changed the monthly nodes and then they buffed the heck out of Angela. So it worked out. But that's always my concern with the monthly nodes and that sort of stuff. Josh, you got CJR. Yeah, Josh, you've been crushing it too, dude. All right. Let's do something here. Oh, okay. Another name I haven't said hi to yet. What's up, Rocky? Modder account. She was my fourth. Picture from Abyss Nexus. After if I've seen the bank, but no chance to use them on. Dude, so my sense going in is, I don't want to give away too much, but my sense going in with her is that she's definitely going to be worthy for people who are looking for Thronebreaker. Like, no doubt, you got the immunities, you have an evade counter. There's some complexity on how to play, I think, both of those, which is part of what I want to dive into as far as making sure you're in the right form when you need it. But I know that the Colossus synergy is extremely helpful for that. So that's part of what I want to go through and test, and like, how viable is that? How easily does that work out? But my sense is for Thronebreaker, absolutely. For moderate accounts, again, absolutely. The only thing I would start to consider is how frequently are you opening up crystals, because Mutant is just stacked, right? And then Thronebreaker, or your massive accounts, it's always such a different equation. Once you start getting to that point, like I talked about, for those who haven't seen the Angela video, I'm personally not going to take her up right now. I was very excited. I thought I was going to. In fact, I considered putting generic 6 zones into her just as recently as like 3 or 4 weeks ago. I think she's an awesome champion. I think she's an awesome, great champion. But I have some other things to consider, and I don't have a need for her right now. If a need arises, I'll jump on ranking her to rank 3, immediately, and putting even more 6 stones in her if I think that's warranted. But I think it just changes stuff. I really think evaluating whether they're worthy or how much value they're going to add is important for all accounts, and it really changes based on the account for almost any question. What's up, Brendan? Iron Patriot, what's up, dude? When did you get here? Thanks for stopping by, man. Dude, I think I've told you, I believe I've told you on the server, and I believe I've told you in the comments of your videos. If I haven't, if you haven't seen it, here it is your war videos. Now that you are doing the commentary, man, I am learning so much from your war videos. They are awesome. They're fantastic. I've really been enjoying them. And just the way you're approaching nodes, like, it's been a bit, but I feel like you've had some Doom fights where it's like, I would not have thought of doing it that way. I really enjoy it, and I'm enjoying hearing your thought process in those fights. I've been enjoying those a lot. Martin, was I wrong to R2 Elsa over Black Widow? No, absolutely not. No, I don't think you were wrong at all. I personally like Elsa better than Black Widow Deadly Origin, but if you, I think they're within the same realm as each other. And if you enjoy one more than the other, this is a game, and you will find enjoyment and use out of the one you ranked. And so that's awesome. I think, so the only time someone's wrong is if they're like, yeah, I ranked up Groot over Corvus, you know? And even then it's like, well, if you knew what you were doing and you're having fun, you weren't technically wrong. It's just not what I would have done. What's up, J Nick? I pulled 6-star Emma yesterday, but I feel her powers fall off easy. All right, let's just jump into this. I think DL is going to stop by, and then he can help keep up with the chat a little bit and drop the knowledge like he always does. But I do want to jump into this because I have talked to some of I have a lot of friends in this game. I've played it for an extremely long time, and a lot of my friends have played at variously ridiculously high levels. I've spoke with four of them in particular who I know Emma very well. They've been giving me some advice, and I've gotten some advice as to on how to help the prowess not necessarily fall off less quickly, because there's nothing you can do about that, but how you can set up so that you have the prowess when you're wanting to get to that SP2. And we'll start to look at that and see how well I can really pull them up. Tiger is much more than okay. Yeah, Tiger is excellent. Tiger is excellent. Oliver is saying something about 5-6 stars. Tiger and Gambit are okay. George, please. Oh no, man! Tiger is awesome. She's just tough to play, but once you get it, she's awesome. I'm sure more people in the chat will start giving you some tips. And
I have been summoned.
And here it is. As I said, like a wizard, wizards are never late. They show up exactly when they intend. And DLL intended to show up when Tiger came up. DL, would you mind talking a little bit about Tigra?
I mean, I think my general spiel is just that obviously she's really, really good for causing difficult projectile specials to miss. But a lot of projectile specials actually have aspects of them that make that tricky. Like the reason you see Apocalypse solos always pushing or baiting the L1 is because the L2 has projectiles but ends with kicks. And a lot of other ones like have the defender back way up, like Falcon or Darkhawk by the end of them. There are ways around that, but I think if you go into learning her focus just on those specials, you're actually going to be disappointed. Think of it more as that's a bonus that lets her heavy counter more often, because what you really want to do is heavy counter specials and heavies and wall lock people to just build up a bunch of ruptures and then launch those huge specials.
Hey, buddy.
I think it's actually more helpful to think about hybrid. Sorry, go on.
No, I'm interrupting you because there's something there. When you say wall lock the opponent, what do you mean by that? Like, if you could just really break that down.
No, good point. Yeah, so when the opponent does not have a bar of power, when they are significantly below that, but because you have thrown enough heavies and baited enough specials and otherwise controlled the field enough to get them against, the far wall, once you throw one heavy, you can often throw another. And the spacing of hers is particularly good for that. And when her heavy interrupts the opponent's dash animation, she will apply ruptures on every hit of it. So if they are trying to hit you and your heavy lands instead, then you will do extra damage. If you have your senses up, you will gain additional power, and you will inflict ruptures, which are damaging debuffs that then cause your specials to do more damage. So there are a lot of champions that can do that kind of heavy chaining. You obviously put it in your Hulkbuster video, but she has, like Hulkbuster, some really nice benefits when you do it. Josh, some people call it cornering, some people call it wall lock. As with like the whole sidestep, backstep, backdraft, all those kinds of things, there are a lot of things in this game where there's not like one proper term for them. It's just kind of whatever your group of people end up calling it. It's useful to go through different names, but I think it's also helpful to keep in mind that other people just may have different terms. This game doesn't come with a dictionary.
Yeah, we've run. Maybe you just even said it. We run into that with sidestep and backstep, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you and I kind of came from a, let's call it a tribe. I like it. Let's call it a tribe that
Yeah.
used backstep. Use the term backstep. So if you're looking at, I purposely chose the Professor X synergy there because it's looking like there was dealing with the prowess. I was trying to pay attention to what DLL was saying because I learn a lot when he's talking too. But I can't remember if it was the prowess duration or the amount of prowess. But either way, it's going to be helping out with the prowess. He is darn helpful. I can't stand this node. I'm having to work through this quest because I didn't do enough of it in the beginning.
I bring Apocalypse every single time for that one node.
And this is it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It drives me insane.
I just didn't want to force him onto this team, but I think I might have to because I don't mind using some items because we're testing stuff out and whatever. At the same time, I don't want to just flush him down the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is part of the advice I received is parry, but see, we're not going to be able to land them. This is a bad node for her. Holy smokes. Let's see how
and they
she
just
can
keep
work.
scaling those furies, so you can't wait it out either.
No.
If you don't use Apocalypse, this node is just designed for, hey, screw you, you're going to take block damage.
Yeah, like I have to intercept, it feels like.
Yeah. Ghost would obviously be good, of course, but not a lot.
All right, let's see what.
Yeah, Y2P just said that.
Let's see her damage with. That's not bad. I don't have suicides on.
MSD says full Abyss Path 12 revives before the Collector. Was that with Professor X or something? That's impressive. I mean, it's interesting that you say before the Collector because I remember looking over some of my notes and I was like, man, that path was pretty good before the Collector. I didn't use any units before the Collector. But that's still impressive. That's really cool. 12 revives is very efficient.
Iron Patriot, I've never actually heard people calling it backstep. Yeah, it just, I think Wiz, right? It was basically you and Wiz and Emon DLL that kind of came up.
Yeah.
Larry.
Within our group.
Hold on, sorry. Larry, what's up, man?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't say hi to Larry yet. Ironically pulled a 6-star Hulkbuster from Cass. Dude, congratulations. Now I'm more conflicted. R2 Sorcerer Supreme. Yeah, Sorcerer Supreme's amazing, dude. Congratulations on Hulkbuster. Clyde, I don't know if I said good morning to you yet, dude. Thanks so much for coming by. And Mr. Building did get a dictionary. Could you make copies? Just PDFs. PDFs would be fine. You know what? Someone should do that. Should make a MCoC dictionary. That would be incredibly helpful and probably funny. That'd be cool. And MSD, what's up, man? MSD did Abyss again. Is that what I'm hearing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because 12 out of the 19 fights were solos. Not bad at all.
Hey, so Emma wasn't bad there without being able to parry. I thought that was respectable.
Yeah, because I guess the idea is, I checked, Professor X is increasing her prowess duration.
Okay.
Especially now that you have extra Cerebro charges. And then she also gets extra crit rating scaling with her power meter, which when she's in telepath form would stack with the extra crit rating she gets per prowess charge, which allows her to keep up prowess charges. So that'd be a nice synergy.
Oh, dude, that makes a lot of sense. I see what you're saying. It's not just a special crit rating, because that's where my mind jumped to was, okay, so that's a reason to really go with the SP2 over the SP1. Unless, I think it was Gonzo gave me advice on when to throw the SP1. I don't remember what his specific advice was on why the SP1 was better. Sorry.
Oh, I think he was saying you spam the special one if you're trying to stay in diamond mode.
Yep, that's exactly what he said. Yep. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Although you can kind of get around that if you use Colossus, because he changes what mode she's in.
Yeah, I feel like the Colossus synergy is going to be a big one. That's my sense as I start this. Rose, Science Awakening gem on. I like yelled Rose's name. Sorry, Rose, and anyone else. Science Awakening gem on Immortal Abomination or Spider-Ham. Immortal Abomination, absolutely. I really love Spider-Ham a lot. I do think Immortal Abomination is a superior champion, like more well-rounded, less niche. And I don't really think Spam or Spider-Ham or Spork really neat. Spork. I think it was Ash.
I hadn't heard that yet.
I hadn't either. I think Ash said Spork in the earlier in the stream. And it's like, I think I'm going to go Spork. I like that. He doesn't really need it for offensive stuff. Damadeus, what's up, dude? Thanks for stopping by. Martin, who do I give the Mutant Awakening gem to? Magneto, Press X, or
See, the thing is that Namor needs it the most, but that's the first step down a huge investment.
Yeah. Martin, do you really want Namor at Sig 200? If you really do, then Namor. But I think the other two champions are significantly better and more valuable. And Awakening Gem, I don't care if it's a 5-star or 6-star. If you're asking the question, that means it's important. And that's a very valuable resource. And I like an example, and I will try to keep this short. I chose the Awakening Gem in the spring cleaning because I was like, I actually get to select it. I think this is a big deal. I went with Mutant because I believe I'm going to awaken Strife and probably take him to Sig 200 because he will probably be my Mutant Prestige champion. That being said, I am going to wait and hold on to that Awakening Gem until I'm ready to rank Strife or until I have a need for him. Because those, they're so incredibly rare and valuable in this game that I think it's really important to think through why you're using it and what's like your long-term intention with it. Yeah. What do you think on that one, DLL?
Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, is this a 5-star gem?
Yeah, that does change things a little bit, right?
Yeah, because it's getting harder for me to offer 5-star advice because like I pulled Spider-Ham myself a couple nights ago as a 5-star, and I immediately awakened him, even though I completely agree with you. And that's because I only have one other unawakened 5-star champion, and I still have 4 science gems. So it's resources change as you get up there, and like with where I am with solo events, I'm getting enough generic 5-star stones that like I just ranked up Guardian because I was like, yeah, it won't be that long until I get into Max Sig. And I might end up doing the same thing with Namor because, you know, it's just nice to have that utility. But if you're still building your account around 5 stars, then your calculus is probably a little different. And I'm not sure. I think I agree with MSD that Prof is probably the middle of the road best pick, where like if you have a lot of content still to clear and you're willing to put in the work to learn how to use Professor X well, then he'll give you the most broad benefit. If you don't feel like using Professor X, or if you're one of those people who only ever runs suicides and doesn't like turning them off, then, and you feel like you have content pretty much solved, but you would really appreciate having somebody like a Max Sig Namor in your back pocket, then he would make sense. It's just a more conditional recommendation.
Hey, did you see that?
Which specifically?
Yeah, I'm just saying that. That's not very clear, is it? Did you see that? Emma's SP2, like when I've played her, that's been one of my kind of issues with her, is I feel like sometimes that SP2 just explodes. I thought he'd kill her there. Man, I'm going to die because I took my hands off the controller.
Yeah, when she doesn't crit, it's pretty underwhelming.
Yeah, that was really underwhelming. I mean, it's only a rank 2. I'm not using boosts or anything like that. But that was... man, I'm so thrown off now. That was very underwhelming.
Yeah.
All right. Well, whatever. It's something just to be aware of.
Yeah. Well,
because I played it assuming the SB2 was going to kill Scarlet Witch. So that's just something to be aware of as you get to know a champion is don't do that. Oh, the Contest Realms has ended. Ah, that's fun.
Okay. Oh no! I've seen that. Yeah. I've heard about that happening, but I haven't done it yet.
It's my own fault. I got so excited at the beginning of the stream, I just said hello to people for like 20 minutes.
That checks out.
Yeah.
MSD, I should clarify, it's become something of a meme for me. Like, I think over the course of my career, I've probably gotten about 15 or 16 class gems for 5 stars. Literally 8 of them have been science. Like, it's been so ridiculous. Even when I've pulled the first one, science was already the most dupes I had out of any class. It's just, at this point, I no longer care because 6 stars matter more to me. But me awakening a 5-star champ is kind of a meme by itself for people who've known me a long time.
Who is best, Warlock or Gilly 99? I think Warlock is. As much as I want to like Gilly 99, I see the uses for her. When I've actually had to come to ranking up tech champions, I don't know why, I'm just not taking her up. In fact, I'm sitting on a tech tier 5 CC right now. I have an awakened like 660 Gilly. I do have her as a maxed out 5-star, so maybe that's part of it for me. Is I'm not sure I want to have 2 of her. Sorry, Mark's making me laugh. Controller, yeah, a phone, just in case anyone thinks I'm playing with BlueStacks or something. But yeah, I called it a controller. Do you have a rank 3 Gilly? Is she someone you would bring up?
She is someone that I would definitely consider. I do not have her as a 6-star. I have her as a 5-star. Real quick on that subject, Doug says unawakened Warlock or awakened Gilly 99 to rank 3. If she's not Sig 200, she's basically unawakened in my book, so I don't really think that matters. I think I would just take the one that you like more, unless you're hunting prestige. My basic thoughts on Gilly 99 are that I think she's very good, and I've seen people do incredible things with her. I mean, it's been less so lately because there are more counters and more people have them. But you know Robbie in our battle group, like when Apocalypse first came out, he was just soloing him every single day in AQ with his Gilly. And it was incredible to watch. Like, really good Gilly 99 players can do some amazing things that Warlock just can't quite emulate. But I think true. Warlock has significantly broader utility and is easier to use.
Yeah, and you know what? Duke sends me videos quite a bit of doing some really cool stuff with her. But that's also something is, so those who don't know who Robbie is in SSX1. I know his name because I guess I just knew a lot of people who knew him. I'm not really sure on that one, to be honest.
I think Carl's been trying to get him trying to poach him for Loki for months now.
Carl, if you're out there, you better stop that now. But now I'm in Robbie's BG because I'm in SSX1, and Robbie is an excellent player from what I can tell. And we've just done off-season wars and AQ. He is very good.
We've got some ringers in that BG. It's nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I am very excited for the war season. Kind of excited in a way I haven't been in quite a while, actually. I think part of it is so those who don't know, I'm in SSX1, kind of trying to get back into war. They're very aware of my schedule limitations, and so we're going to do our best to make it work out. And part of why there was a lot of reasons why I went to SSX1. One was a conversation I had with their leader. He's a very cool guy. I really liked it. And just the way he approached stuff. And I could tell he was paying attention when I talked to him about my schedule and why it's difficult. Also was the ability to play with DLL again. But what you don't know is that also in the BG that I would be joining, and in the Alliance, of course, are two extremely longtime friends, being JT and also the Strands, who's they've both submitted fights for the channel before. And these guys go back to like well, I guess they weren't part of Evil, were they? But they were WA.
I think Strands was, but JT was not. We picked him up at WA.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. So just guys that like I really came up in this game with, and so being able to play with friends like that is a very, very cool thing. Deepak, how long do we have to wait for buff for the champion we voted for? I don't think that's supposed to be till towards the end of the year. If I
it's October, correctly. November.
Yeah. Lord Farquhar, I personally think Emma's top. Her utility is immense. That is for sure. I all those immunities and then also an evade counters, pretty big deal. Did you guys already talk about
30% boost for units? Hold on, I'm opening the game.
Yeah, wait, what? 30% boosts are a big deal. As you guys know, I go through them like candy doing these videos. The Angela one...
even those of us who don't do that...
That's true.
Want them badly for war.
This Angela one, I think, cost me 4 or 5, but a lot of that's my own fault. And I think it was DL, I think it was you and I who were talking. We were talking through kind of like what I was thinking, and you're like, did you make sure you tested this synergy and everything with Odin?
Yeah, like, there's so much for her.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is a nice piece of utility as long as we're going to see disorient in nodes like this.
Yeah, because currently he's the only person immune. I mean, Archangel. No, actually, no, because that's the node. And actually, I've complained to you about this before. Even Mysterio has his ability accuracy reduced by Hard Knock Life, which drives me up all of the walls because that's like, oh, cool, you ranked Mysterio. How much do you use him? Well, he's great when you need to have your ability accuracy not be reduced.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oops.
Yeah. Panther and Iron bundles.
What?
Oh, is this a House of Panther, House of Iron thing? Yes.
Oh, so Jabari and Silver Centurion?
They're not in it. It's like the rest of them. Okay, so there's one where it's... they're Cav crystals, or at least they are for me. People who fought for or against the Kingdom of Wakanda, so like Cap Infinity War, Corvus, Killmonger, Falcon. It says Captain Marvel. I'm hoping that's movie, not classic, but it doesn't say. Cull, Proxima, Storm X, regular Hulk. Wait.
Here, let's see if I can bring it up.
I think this is implying a 6-star Black Widow.
The regular one. Yeah, she was in something recently, and I remembered she was one of the main reasons I got whatever it was.
Ah, okay. Oh, but it might be Deadly Origin. No, because Deadly Origin's in the Iron one. Okay. This is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm personally trying to get away from doing these, but the 30% boost might push me into doing it.
Yeah, and the unit cost isn't ridiculous.
No. Plus, look, I mean, have you ever seen me with this many units? That's not at the start of a crystal opening video.
I know. I went for Jabari the other day. I opened a few myself, and I was like, this is why I don't do this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is what happens when you get these. They're very smart at what they do, and I want to make it clear. No shade at Kabam for this. Like, I have plenty of things I'll say.
Nice qualifier.
Do negative. Yeah, there's plenty of things I think they do wrong, but this is not one of them. But that's part of the I think the benefit for events like this, like the spring cleaning, is you're just getting extra stuff for getting units that you probably would have bought anyway for people who buy them. And then now you have units to spend. And, they just burn a hole in your pocket. I mean, you're figuratively the kid in the candy store with the money burning a hole in your pocket. So Mustin's probably already headed out, but dude, thanks for stopping by.
Okay, yeah.
Vega, could you do a rank 3 and runner? I would not be able to because I don't have him as a. He's a rank 1 for me, but we could test him at some point. I'll admit he's a little lower down, Savvy, but having people like you ask really does go a long way. That's how Emma came up. Quite a few people have asked for Emma, and that's why Emma's coming up. She was not on my radar to do this, but enough people asked. So I was like, yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Linsanity, what's up, dude? What do you think of those crystals? Are you going to open some?
I think I might, because for 4,500 units, that's 18 Cavalier crystals, 3,000 6-star shards, and 9 30% boosts.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I mean, I haven't seen if he puts out the video yet, but I don't see any way Brian Grant passes on that. And if he does, I actually think he's making a mistake.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see what he does, huh? Oh. Wait, I thought... see, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about right there. And I wonder if, as I get better with
hold
her...
on this one. Oh, yeah. Okay.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say try and not go to your special too, but...
That's exactly what I'm talking about, though. I have a feeling this fight's going to end badly. Because I'm trying to explain and... Yeah, okay. Reset here.
Ouch. Yeah,
I'm continuously ending up in the form I don't want to be in.
Yeah, she definitely takes some practice.
What would the play have been there, though? So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Is there a skilled way of staying in the form you would have wanted in that scenario? It's a little bit difficult because he's got that power gain, like that's not coming from being hit, and then the node was giving him the power gain.
Well, the node power gain only comes from you getting to 2 bars of power. So on that one, I tend to spam the special one.
Okay, then I should read the node a little better. All right. But still.
Yeah, I was actually using Tigra for that node because she turns it off for everyone except Voodoo. But
and then so what I was gonna try to do was use the taunt, because Emma does. That's an interesting piece of her utility, I think. Is she has the taunt when she's in the telepath form? I think it is off the heavy.
Yeah, which makes it difficult on that node because it's hard to be in telepath form and need a taunt.
Yes, like in essence, these are the questions I'm trying to figure out. Yeah. You obviously understand what I'm trying to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Richard, that's 100% the thing. I mean, you have to basically look at it as spending 4,500 units on 3,000 6-star shards and 9 boosts, and then if you get anything else, cool. But there are some good champions in there.
This node took me a little bit of practice to get with Cosmic Ghost Rider. It actually caused me to read the node, and it's not bad. You just have to. For the way I've approached it, it's one of the things we've talked about at length is just being okay triggering. Well, I messed that up. Oh yeah, see how good I am at this, guys. Is triggering decks, which I'm now going to have to do. I'll block that so we can end this. But this is one of those ones where save your power gain, go ahead and allow yourself to trigger decks, get to the SP3, heavy SP3, and then you should come in, trigger your power gain, which will take you directly to the SP2, and you almost don't even get the opportunity to trigger decks, so you get the huge, the precision off the SP2?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, hopefully that made sense to people. If anyone has any questions on what I was originally doing and then forgot and trying to explain, please ask, because it is important on playing Cosmic Ghost Rider. Mr. Belding, he got the deal, open the crystals. Oh man, I'm sorry, dude. The one thing when that happens to me, the one thing I tell myself is that hopefully that means, odds being what they are, someone else is going to get good luck. It always makes me feel better. Christopher, what's up?
That would make some people feel worse.
Yeah, exactly. I guess it's all on how you view things. Thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. Paul, try to get you to spend your grinded units so you can end up paying for. Yeah, that's another good point, right? Like we've got all this. How many of us are going to hold on to these units until 4th of July? Snoops, Kabama's been sitting today. They have to exactly, dude. Like I don't know if I want to. Okay, I actually am curious, but you know, you guys are all you're all regulars, and I know this, and so I'm not too worried about it. Did anyone have serious issues with the tier 6 basic and the tier 3 alpha being included in the spring cleaning for money? And I'm not going to make fun of you. My issue, or the reason I even asked, is to understand. I asked the question because I would like to understand. I know people have problems with it. Even I had a little bit of a wince when I saw it. But then I thought through, like, why am I having a problem with it? Like, why am I having a problem with it? And I really couldn't think of one. I could not think of one that I necessarily agreed with. You guys know me, though. I think intelligent people can disagree. That doesn't mean either person is right or wrong. I don't think those are right or wrong here. I think it's just what is the basis, what's your initial premise on how Kabam should go about making money. So, Deal, I'm really curious to hear what you think. And if anyone in the chat has it. But Josh, so I hear what you're saying, right? And this is what I'm getting at, is I hear what people are saying is like, it's not fair that people who pay money will get there faster. It's pay to play. I understand that. What I'm asking,
but that's the point.
But that's what I'm asking is why is that bad? And I'm not saying it's not bad. I'm saying, why is it bad? That's what and I know it's hard because you guys are chatting and it's really difficult. Like I'm here with a microphone and a headset and like I can take 10 minutes to expound on something, but I'm very curious. And this is not an argument. This is about reaching mutual understanding. That's how I'm approaching this. So if people, okay, so it was annoying knowing free-to-play players won't be able to get on the same time. Okay, I totally get that too. And I can see why that's annoying. And again, I'm not arguing. I'm presenting a side, or I'm presenting a theory, or the way I see it is Kabam does need to make money. And if they don't, then there won't be a game for us to play. And so I think if this is how they're like, how else would they make money? I guess is my question. And DLI, I just did a lot of talking, so I'd really love to hear what you have to say and what other people in the chat are thinking.
I mean, the thing is that, like Man Falcon is saying, like Brian Grant said, like Lizer said, theirs were the videos that I saw touch on this. Like Brian said several times, you know, most of these are great value. Lizer bought a lot of them because they were important to her account. I bought a few of them myself, despite the fact that I usually don't spend. But as you know, as both of them said, there's a difference between offering more to spenders and offering only to spenders. Like, because like Brian Grant did this like whole joke at the start of it, but basically getting down to the point of, okay, well, there's this new resource, so where's the content where I can go earn it? Because that's how most things work. Like, when T4CC came out, they were in a queue, they were in a special arena, they were at the end of special quests, and once they like had rolled out in several places, then they started getting sold. Like T2A, T5B, T5CC, most of these really intense resources, we get enough for like, okay, here, you get some benefit for earning them now. And now that some people have any of them, we're going to sell a bunch so that whales have enough. Like, whales actually feel like they have enough to spend, and then they get an extra leg. But that's not what happened here. It was just, okay, we're going to give whales the first part. This is only for spenders. It's related to, but even worse than, the dynamic with Sig Stones, where so many 6-star Sig Stones over the years have been available only for purchase with money, not even for purchase with units, and there's been only a tiny trickle in content. Like, I am all for Kabam making money by offering extra resources and making life easier for spenders. And they do a very good job of that a lot of the times. Like I think T2 Alpha, not T2 Alpha, but I think T5B is in a pretty good place right now. T2 Alpha has gone in and out of a good place. 6-star shards are probably in a good place on that. But 6-star Sig Stones are not in a good place on free-to-play availability. And based on this, Tier 4 resources are in a like unprecedented, historically bad place in terms of the balance between free-to-play and spenders.
Let me ask you a question. And again, everyone, keep in mind, I'm not arguing to try to win. I am seeking understanding. Okay. If let me finish this fight because it's hard to do this and not use all my revives.
Yeah. Well, and I think that Josh offers a really important caveat, which is that they did not just sell a rank 4. And it's very possible that, and I think Luke has said something like this on the server as well, it's very possible that the first rank 4 will still come from content and that this will just be a leg up on the second. If that is all this is, then I honestly don't mind. But they didn't need to put it here before we know what's going to come out in content, because that's just a great way to have the optics look really bad and for them to cement a negative impression in everyone's thoughts, only for it to turn out okay later.
So here's the question: is I don't recall what the exact costs were. That's just not how I evaluated spring cleaning. It's just not, when these events come out, that's not how I evaluate them. Because I think about in-game resource, what do I most want, and then I go backwards from there. And I am trying to read the chat, guys. I probably shouldn't have even tried to play while doing this, because I asked a nuanced question here. And I think this is what you just said, is let's say, right, that the first rank 4 doesn't come into the game until July. Let's say it's just gifting, just make the timeline simple, okay? But at that point in time, there are the resources available in content to rank 4 a champion, and Wales can now rank for 2 of them because they've been buying these nuggets along the way, and Wales have paid, let's say, easily like $1,000 to do that. Like, is there a price point where it makes it okay for Wales to get ahead, or is it like, no, they just flat out shouldn't?
I am hoping that is what ends up happening. Like Work said, it looks bad, but in the end will be fairly inconsequential. I'm hoping that's what it is, and I'm not even really willing to put a price point on it. I just think that, like, assuming that's how it works out, that is okay, because there's precedent for that. Like, you know, with the Prestige race, the first time somebody got a rank 3 6-star, as you very well know, it was like a lot of people had one rank 3 6-star, and it was like, sweet, I just took a huge leap forward in my account. And then you like look online, it's like, what do you mean there are already people with 3? Like, well, but that is how it works, and that doesn't bother me.
So I don't think anyone's going to like turn off the stream, and I'm happy to talk about it. I believe I was the first account in the game with 2.
I think you were as well.
Yeah. And there's a lot there. It came with some really good luck, and gifting helped tremendously. But I also, from what I recall, but I don't pay enough attention to the stuff to remember specifically and like to say it as though it were a fact. I believe there was a lot of deals like this one where you just slowly, like, and they were some high priced things. Like, I bet you if based on memory, we're going to get some absurdly high priced tier 3 alphas, and it's going to be like a very, very tiny amount. And it's just, if you continue to get those, you will get there more quickly. I know people bring up Brian, and Brian is like, I feel like Brian's like the exception to the rule, to dream an analogy. Like, if you guys do, let me know, educate me on this. Are there other free to play players who play the game as much as him? And so I know we point to Brian as an example to prove our points.
but he's not an example. He's an experiment.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
And I think even he's started contextualizing it that way, which is helpful.
And the fact of the matter is like, I like Brian. He was very nice to me, so I like him. So maybe I'm biased in that way. He's playing in what some people consider to be the best alliance in the game. So we can't even say that, like, look, and Brian can't compete. Like, no, literally, he actually is. Like, he's in a top 20 AQ, just recently placed top 3 in Alliance War, the most competitive forms of the game. And he is the most famous and maybe most beloved member of that alliance. So it's like, I think if we're going to be fair and use him as an example, we need to be completely fair and also point out that he actually is playing at the apex of the game, if that's how you're framing it. I believe Mark Pearson, I was the first one to not have a rank 3 6-star. That's funny, right? I mean, come on. Mark's making me laugh. I feel like
Paul said something.
Paul, it's closer to $3,000 for what they charge for the new fragments. Yeah. Again, Paul, like you know me, like I don't. These flexes are never intentional flexes because it's just not me. But yeah, I do think that's what it is, and I think that this seemed like a relatively, like, if you're playing the game that way, this was like a no-brainer get. So I think this was probably going to be one of the more moderately priced little fragments that we get. Like if there's a significant amount of rank 4 resources at gifting, holy smokes, I will bow out like day one. You guys will see me be like, hey guys, anyone want to trade 30 crystals? And then let's go to YouTube and watch these guys go nuts. The grind MCoC, I'm free to play. Might not play as much as him, but I went from uncollected to Homebring in 6 months. That's impressive and growing quickly. Most on 100% and completed best only 2 R3 so far though.
Yeah, there's a lot of people doing really good work, but the closer you get to the top, the more you realize how much the next step costs in time and money.
Yeah, it's just a really nuanced conversation, and I am reading the chats, guys. Just because I'm not reading them out loud, it doesn't mean I'm not reading them. And thank you so much for saying it, because this helps educate me on like where people are coming from, because we just don't know. Then the thing is, and I'm not surprised by it with this chat, and because I read the comments on the videos and things like that, I'm not seeing any hate coming here. Like, I'm not seeing anyone saying like, I hate whales, they're the worst or whatever. And I'm not saying, hey, free to play needs to stop complaining. I feel like I'm reading a lot of like, here's my perspective. And I love that. I absolutely love this.
Yeah. I mean, like I was saying, I think that ultimately, I think in hope that work will be right and that you'll be right and that it won't matter for the first one. But then the question is, why do this now? Like, it feels like an unforced error. It feels like they didn't need to do this.
Okay, you guys, maybe I should do a fight so people are like, well, you just play the damn game. I don't think this is tinfoil hat. You all have heard me say this before. I truly believe in the next 2 to 3 months, and I'm giving myself a big window there, you're going to see above Ragthor in Prestige. All of the signs are there. Like, I've talked with some of my whale friends that I played the game with 2 years ago. And we all are like, oh yeah, the whale sounds are being made. Like everyone, yeah. Work, all the whale has been formed. And Work, you did the AQ1 race for a while too. Does it not feel like all of the signs are there? They've increased the drop rates on the cap crystals, and that was one of the biggest complaints from whales, was that the drop rates were so low. How were they supposed to get them to SIG 200, right? Because remember, these guys are buying crystals till they can SIG 200 the champion.
Especially now that they stopped selling SIG stones.
Yep, they stopped selling SIG stones, right? Because like I understand what everyone's saying, and they're right. Because remember, I'm the guy who's saying, I wish deals would come out and you could either buy them for units or money. I wish all deals were available for units or money, and you couldn't buy both. You had to pick. That's how I wish they would do all deals, but they're not. Okay. I know that deals for 6 stones are more balanced towards or biased towards whales. They just are, because there's more for money. It's just I think that is a fact.
Biased is a light word.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I don't think that's opinion. I think that's a fact, right? Like, we can see it. We've seen this happen. Is all of the signs for AQ race heating up, champions, and the only way to do that is to really, maybe they'll continue to flirt with Ragthor and just make it like very incremental. But I think the way to really do that is hit that space that's between Doom and Ragthor. And I think we're going to finally start to see them. They eventually have to come, but I think they will come. And I think that was part of releasing the tier 4B. Or the R4 rank up materials. There's now whales. I mean, even I was like, oh yeah, like I was getting excited, and I'm like, wait, no, I'm not playing that game anymore. I am not playing that version of the game anymore. And I know, like I said, I've talked with some of my friends who are in these alliances that are in the top 2. By the way, for those who don't pay attention to it, the number 1 spot changed over for the first time in a very long time in this last AQ. And I know moves are being made to try to get it back. So this is how it happens. I think it seemed to most of us, because that's what, 60 people? That's like 60 people in the game. Playing for AQ1 in those 2 alliances. So most of us don't even pay attention to it. But I think that this little trickle of rank 4 resources was a nod to them. Like, look, guys, we've changed the drop rates on the crystals. There's even these Nexus crystals now. And by the way, rank 4s aren't far away. Get ready, because not only will you now potentially be able to get champions who have prestige above Ragthor, meaning there's a meaningful way to raise your prestige, but rank 4 is not far off, and that is the biggest way to increase your prestige. So that was a lot of talking. I'd love to hear what DL thinks, and we'll definitely read some chat sounds. Whale sounds, you say? Yeah, I know. Dominatus, I actually thought about trying to make some. I'm like, no, it's not even going to be funny, because I can't do it.
Yeah.
If Brian wasn't friends with his alliance mates for so long, there's a chance he wouldn't have been in a top alliance. Yeah, I think there is some. I think that's true too, right? I want to be fair.
That's true for everyone, though.
That's true. I would never have gotten into 4 Loki if I had not been longtime friends with people that were in there. That's for darn true. And
I got into Savage Squad because of JT.
Yeah.
My prestige was below average. Like,
was it?
Yeah. Yeah. Way below. It's still below average, although it's closer now.
Yeah, but I thought they were just going to average you and me together.
Listen, guys. Listen. I got a long-term con here, right? All right. So you let me in now, and then I'll start going on Vega streams more often, and I'll subtly influence him to just completely burn out in a very painful and traumatic way with his current alliance.
Which actually did work. You were the one being like, hey, let's do the room 20 now. And it's like, I'm really tired. I don't think this is a good week. You're like, well, it's the best week for me by far.
And 6 months from now, I'll get Vega to join.
Man, that worked out well.
Yeah, I'm just playing 5D chess over here.
Yeah, you are. Dude, you're the long game. I think I see PWF in the chat. I got to learn to stop putting down the phone before the fight's over. I'm totally the guy celebrating the touchdown at the 1 yard line. What's PWF say? It's been a while since we had an increased AQ milestone rewards. This could be the time. Yeah, dude. So like, let's say that even happens. Like all of the incentives. I'm trying to be funny with like the whale sounds and the call for the whales. It's dinner time, but it's really the incentives. What's the incentive? If there's no whales, there's no game. That's why I believe Michelle's going. Doug, yeah, in essence, I think that's it there too. And I don't think that means we need to like bow down to whales. We don't need to be thanking them every day for spending their money. Like, that's cool. Thanks for doing it. That's the way you're choosing to play the game. But I do think there's some truth to that. I don't think there's some truth to that. I think that is the truth. And Kabam needs to take care of everyone. I still go with my solution of just have like, what if people would have been able to spend 10,000 units to get that tier 6 basic? That would have been cool, right? If that price point even works out. But like,
yeah,
that would have been great. I don't know. That's me. AC, what's up, dude?
Yeah. I just keep coming back to it feeling like an unforced error. Like sometimes Kabam does things and I'm like, why? Why would you do that? Like, yes, you made money, but you could have made the same amount of money like later after an announcement, after some kind of PR work, and avoided this me gesturing at explosion. Like, I don't know.
You're trying to get you're hitting all my conspiracy theories today, because I think that's part of how they make money is we don't know. Like, I think the information is valuable. The information of knowing, because like, think about it, right? I've been saying for a very long time that I think that champions coming to Ragthor are coming into the game. As a result, I'm sitting on 125 generic 6-star 6-stones. Like, look at this, guys. Just so you guys can see, like, I'm not full of BS here. Check this.
Gonna hurt.
This is gonna hurt. Well, this isn't even gonna be the hurtful part. Watch this, and then I'll show you the hurtful part. I've been sitting on, so there's my generics.
The hurtful part is that's more generics than my account has ever had.
Got it. I'm sorry. I understand. I'll show you guys the hurtful part for me personally. So you see the awakening. I've got this, the generic still, just in case, right? Just in case of what? Like, what's going to happen? Why am I saving it? Here's 125 generic 6-star 6 stones because I've been holding them just in case this champion comes out. This is going to be above Ragthor. But watch this. This is the part that hurts me. Because I've been doing that, when I get a deal like I did on the spring cleaning, look at all of these that are going to expire. Now I'll use them. I'm not looking for any sympathy here. But look at that. And Kabam's not going to turn them into 5s for me so they don't expire. I'm going to have to spend them because I don't know what's going to happen. If I knew that champion that's above Ragthor wasn't coming out till next year, then I would just spend these 6-star 6-stones. There would be no reason for me to sit on them. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Like, do you get, like, so I think it's just them, the knowledge, knowing what's going to happen is really helpful, and it would help you plan out your resources so much better. So I think that's why they don't tell us what's going to happen. We're better off left in the dark.
Yeah. But that infuriates me in another way. And it's like, because I don't know. Well, I don't think they would lose that much money, and the PR gains would be massive from them just being a little bit more predictable. Not even telling us everything, just like a little bit.
I definitely agree with you, and I feel like you did a great job of winding me up like a little toy. You're like, I know how to set Vega off. Is she on
I'm going to set somebody else off. I'm going to set somebody else off on this. I just opened the side event again. 4 of the bonuses are the 50,000 gold. That randomness is just so infuriating.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I think that's enough tinfoil hat for me for now, unless someone else just teased me up. They're like, hey, that's fun to watch Vega be like this. All right, that should enter. I'm putting down the controller before the fight is over. The 6 stones are nice, but how about that almost 100% green boost stash? Well, dude, J-Nick, that's how I do the rank 3 videos, dude. That hurt. I didn't feel real well last week. I had a rough week, and I think I had 6 expire before I could use them. I had 6 expire before I could use them. Again, someone in the corner is playing a tiny violin. Like, oh, poor guy. Jacob, what's up, dude? Thanks for coming by. The way I think about it, if I had all the money, I would spend it on the game. Probably yes. I can't complain. Yeah, Mark. I mean, that's kind of it. Again, like I've been in. I was in NY. I've seen how these guys attack the crystals. It's just a totally different way. It's why I've always said, even when this channel first started and we were doing a lot more openings, I was like, I'm a goldfish cracker compared to these guys. I just am. I'm doing things like you just saw. I'm sitting on these resources because they're valuable, and I'm playing an incredibly, incredibly long game. Like DLL, you know that I basically planned out more or less this prestige for, I think it was close to like 6 or 7 months, right? Mm-hmm. Of just sitting on resources. So, you don't want to see my stash boost work. They introduce Hyperspeed Champ soon. Last big boy was Doom, right? Yep, Scott, you got it. Yep, Doom and Doom held the title for like a month. if I remember correctly. And then Surfer came out right after that and pushed him down one spot.
And don't forget my personal favorite about the release of Doom, that it was less than 3 months after the release of Claire, who had just taken the top prestige Mystic spot and had a useless SIG that everyone had pumped to 200.
Yep. Yes, and yes. What do Stripe's persistent charges do?
Make him better.
Yeah, so they're adding on to his, I believe it's his attack. I believe they contribute to that attack rating increase, if I remember correctly. They are important. Here, let's confirm that though. I'm just kind of saying it.
Spinnaker, I don't think there is any chance in hell that the next prestige top spot will be from a buff, because that means they spend fewer crystals, or they sell fewer crystals, and they're smarter than that.
Yeah, so all attacks gain 51.63 attack rating, and this is on a rank 4 5-star. So they're going to do that, plus provide any of the benefits. They just happen to be persistent, so they're going to carry over. Kais, what is up, dude? Thank you so much. It was great to see you.
I will say I'm not going to think that rank 4s are seriously around the corner until they increase the cap on T5CC.
Yeah, agreed. I remember thinking,
because it needs to be at least 5 for that to happen.
I think so. And I remember thinking that, like, oh, it's gifting this year for sure. Watch out. Here it comes. And now I'm not as sure. I think there'll be a ton of those resources in that. It just makes, like, based, again, you're talking about precedent. But I'm not as sure now that I believe they will be at the end of gifting. I think we have to read the tea leaves quite a bit more before I'd be sure on that.
Yeah.
See, I didn't play this right. I didn't play this the way Godman was telling me. I did do that in a fight there. We were busy with this conversation, so I didn't even point it out. And it was really beautiful. It worked out exceptionally well. Shoot.
Yeah, she's fun.
See, when that SB2 doesn't crit though, man, it is not fun.
Yeah. It's a huge bummer.
We were talking about so much and I was getting pretty animated. Did anyone have questions on that Cosmic Ghost Rider, or I felt like I didn't see any? I'm going to see this taunt.
Josh, I wouldn't expect Zemo at this point. I mean, we may get him at some point, but based on the timing of Black Widow Deadly Origin, and based on the timing of Shang-Chi, assuming that the leaks are correct, it sounds like Kabam is working off an old release schedule, which would mean that for like Zemo to come out next, he would have been planned months after the planned release of Falcon and Winter Soldier, and that just doesn't make sense to me. If he comes, I think it will be like the character would have to come back in some other media.
Do you know how strong the is that a weakness debuff that we're getting from this node?
Oh, no, because that's one of the ones that was before they actually told us what they are. So it's just a weakness. It's like Aggression Fury and some of those. It's like, oh, it's stuff. I think kind of like Aggression Fury, the first couple aren't a big deal, and then they get worse. If I remember correctly from taking Terrax with Magic when he first came out, I think you need 20 up to hit 0.
Hey, you know what? Someone, Patel, thank you so much. I'm just so used to Kai just coming in strong. Kai, I'm sorry, I didn't even realize you asked a question, buddy. I apologize. I believe it will be Doom. Doom, the reason being is I love playing Doom. I love Mystics. I already have him at Sig 200. So he would satisfy like everything I'm looking for of huge prestige and a champion I actually enjoy. As you can tell, as much as I'm saying like I'm not doing the AQ1 thing anymore, I am still obviously taking a prestige into account. One of the ways I will be adjusting though is I will, we'll probably have some fun hunts. I'm not going to say we never will. I believe we will over the course of this year, probably, especially if these higher prestige champions come out. But I'm not going to prioritize it in the way I did previously. I want to make sure I actually enjoy the champion. I think Silver Surfer is actually a decent champion, maybe even pretty good.
Yep.
But I don't. I will be shocked if he is my first Cosmic R4. I just because I don't like him that much and I don't play him. As of right now, it would be Cosmic Ghost Rider, but I'd have to put SIGs into him. So that's how I'll kind of be evaluating my first rank 4s for each class is, do I actually enjoy them before I start putting in SIG stones and things like that?
I would so happily take up the first rank 4 Mr. Fantastic.
That would be cool.
I wouldn't blink.
He has pretty good prestige, right? Too?
Yeah, he was the top science for quite a while. Both Immortal Hulk and Immortal Abomination beat him, but I think he's still top 30 overall.
Oh, hey, so I was talking about the whale sounds, like the Kabam is queuing to all the whales. Here's the other one, and I know this isn't fun, right? Like if I was just trying to placate an audience, I would never say this, but
he's literally 30th.
He is Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Top 30.
That's at rank 5. I don't know where he is.
He's 30th overall.
Yeah.
But this is where, like, you guys know, if I'm going to say something, it's at least what I believe to be true. That's the other reason why I think these champions are coming. Is think of how many people you know who you would not consider to be whales, who now have 5 top prestige options. When that used to be something that was only a whale thing. And now so many people have, 5 top 30 prestige options and the ability to work them up. So as that happens, Kabam's got to, they don't have to, but one of the ways they choose to make money is by giving whales a way to get back ahead of those who aren't whales. So that's the other reason why I think that's happening. Doesn't mean
I had
those
actually resigned myself to that.
Well, there used to be things about the game that I hated, and that was kind of one of them. And then once I accepted these things, I enjoyed the game a lot more. It's like, I'm going to stop getting upset about it because it's just the way the game is. And there's plenty of fun things about the game to enjoy.
Yeah. Well, that's actually why it's still there, but it's calmed down a little bit. That's why I was so angry about 6-star Sig Stones for so long, because I was like, my logic was, why are you making it so difficult for me to use 6 stars that I've put all this work into getting and awakening and ranking up? Why are you making it so difficult for me to ever have a usable version of someone like Captain America Infinity War or Namor or even Ghost? Like, why are you making it that difficult when I know that, if I get those to Sig 200, you can just release somebody new with better prestige? But I suppose that given that they stopped doing that, it makes sense that they tamped down on the 6-star Sig Stones. It's just, I think I would have rather them continue the prestige race, because that is so obviously aimed at whales, and also increase the rate at which we get 6-star Sig Stones so that the rest of us can actually develop the rosters that we're trying to use to clear content.
There's a way to take this fight with Cosmic Ghost Rider. I did it and I messed it up. But his power lock can be helpful. Dreamin', what's up, dude? What's up? We're having a fun whale talk. I'm glad you are here. It's like I said, whale sounds, people. Whale sounds, and a whale shows up. Yes, this is DLL on call. I wonder if Marvel has some control over character release in the game to time with the movie. I think absolutely, man, Falcon. It's just, and DL, I don't know. I think this might have been part of what you just said. I think it's just off because of COVID and the schedule of the movies. But they were originally supposed to line up. We've never seen the new Scarlet Witch. What's up with that? Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird one.
I'm still super confused on that.
Yeah, I am too. I remember asking, I think it was Cam, because he was like talking about her, and I was like, oh, so she's coming into the game? And he's like, well, she's got synergies. And I was like, okay, so does that mean she's coming into the game? He's like, well, there's never been a champion with synergies that's not in the game. And I was like, okay, so does that mean she's coming to the game or not? I am not trying to be a jerk. Just, can you answer the question? He's like, I think it's obvious she's coming to the game. I'm like, oh, all right, well, I guess he didn't say when. So, sorry, guys. It was a whale talk. I have nothing to dream in. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. That's nonsense.
I thought that was a really hilarious, probably unintentional Cam impersonation at the beginning there.
Yeah, I can't do his voice. He's got a great voice. He really does. When is she coming into the game? I want her.
Yeah, she looked interesting.
I think the show made me want her.
Yeah, the show was quite good. If they keep up this quality level, it's been nice so far.
Yeah. You thought
Seton his father.
Seton his father. Well, he really is. That guy has worked so darn hard, right? And
that leaves a lot of room for Leviathans, though.
Yeah. Well,
because if you really tally it up, he hasn't spent that much
in comparison,
not relative to the big boys.
In comparison to this guy's in what's it called, like TCN or something like that right now. And
is that the new top one?
Yeah, and NY.
See, PWF, I don't really agree with that logic either. I know what you're saying. So PWF says if they kept giving out 6-star SIGs like they were, then there would be more complaining about pulling max SIG 6 stars, and they might have to do something about that before 7 stars get announced. Okay, then do something about that before 7 stars get announced. Like, why don't max SIG 6 stars just give more 6-star shards? Like, there's so many ways to do it. Just break the precedent, because we don't want 7-star shards yet, but people should get something. We're only on rank 3s. It's going to be so long until we get rank 5 6 stars. They can't possibly slow down 6-star SIGs enough for that not to be a problem before we get to rank 5s.
I think as that becomes, like, I think right now that's still more or less considered a whale problem. Like, did anyone really feel badly for me for having all those 6-star SIG zones? No, of course not, and you shouldn't. So I don't think anyone really feels badly for someone who pulls this a max 200 6-star. Like, you're like, man, like, even when I did it, it didn't feel good, but I didn't think I had like a legitimate case for desiring sympathy. I think as more people start to approach it, they'll address it, right? Yeah,
I suppose. I mean, I might have been able to hit it with a little bit more luck if I had focused all of the generics I've ever gotten. I might be able to have one person at that level. So yes, it is a whale problem, but like, it's such a common whale problem.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I am not in any danger of it. My highest SIG champion is 120, and the next one below that is 100, and then it drops to like 80. But I think at least 15 or 20 people in our alliance, which has quite a few dolphins but only a few whales, are at risk of that.
Well, I will tell you this too. Another thing I've learned, amongst the many things I've learned from having a channel, is there are a lot of people who open crystals and spend a lot of money on this game based on the comments. So maybe there's more people
who do not play at the top.
100%. Actually, that has been a real surprise to me, is how many people, I'm playing badly. You would not consider to be playing at like a high level. They're just not in a high level alliance, but they are playing at high levels. If that came across the way I intended.
Yeah, no, I know what you meant, and I should have I should have given more of a caveat myself.
Dreamin', who's the biggest whale in SSX? I don't know. Actually, I haven't been there long enough, and we haven't had a champion come up for me to know. Prop off pulled Doom, and he was 600. Yeah, there you go. I think as that type of stuff starts happening more, I don't know Prop off very well, but my sense is that he's not what one would consider to be a whale.
Yeah.
Dolphins, that's me. Yeah, I think there's a lot more dolphins. That's a good point. Koi fish. I still like
Josh,
fish cracker.
you definitely spend more than some of the people in Savage Squad. That's kind of why I should have given that qualifier, is like at the top means like in competitive war, not necessarily at the top in terms of accounts or in terms of spending.
Oh, Prop is a whale? I did not know he spends. I did not know that. Scott's bringing up a great example of what we're talking about. That, yeah, I think gifting often shows it too. Like when people are like, look at this guy, no one knows who he is. How could he have possibly been like, well, because maybe he spent a lot of money. Like, he just doesn't play in a well-known alliance. Or could be she. They just don't play in a well-known alliance. Prof Hoff is definitely a whale. Look at the dude's account. And Mega, this is kind of why I said at the beginning, like, I'm just not that familiar with his channel. He seems like a very nice guy. That means nothing. There's just only so many channels I can watch, and I don't watch his very regularly. So yeah, is that the nice way to put it? Because I'm trying to put it nicely. Is there a better way to say that? Or is it
you don't watch him regularly?
Yeah, or is the expectation that like we all watch each other like all the time?
No, I think the expectation is absolutely that you are obligated to watch every single person who puts out a YouTube video.
Thank you. Thanks for clearing that up for me.
I mean, I, for one, am outraged when you haven't watched one of my videos within the first 2 minutes that it's been out.
Notifications are on, I swear.
No. You are always one of the first. I'm never going to complain about that.
Wow, I think this might actually work. One of the reasons Cosmic Ghost Rider is so good is because of the against Killmonger anyway, is because of what's usually a persistent man, I keep really doing this poorly. I deserve to die.
Oh yeah, no, this fight is harder than it looks because of the mighty charge, 100%.
Well, and also there's is it the Schneidenprod or whatever is causing the persistent armor break
Good thing Z isn't here
to go away. Yeah, Z would be like, that is wrong.
I mean, I do not have a great German accent. I say Schadenfreude.
Thank you. Busky, what is up, dude? It's been a while. How are you, man? New 6-star, another one. So, I mean, okay, it's private, but Fusky does not play in what one would consider to be like a high tier alliance, but the guy definitely is a legit player of this game. Over the 6-star weekend, 1 new rank 3, 3 new rank 2s, and I'm up to 97 6-stars. See, this is what I'm talking about. Dude, you are rolling. Yeah, you shared some of those pools with me, man, and you crushed it too. So many people did this weekend. So many people did. Scott, I love the MCoC YouTube community though. A lot of variety, a lot of great players. Yeah, I in general, I really like it. I don't believe there's anyone I don't like. That's for darn sure. There's different levels of familiarity. Like I know it may have appeared as though I was like making fun of Cam, and I kind of was. But I know Cam. I really like Cam, so I felt comfortable doing that. Like, I'm not going to make fun of Prof. Hoff because I don't know him. I truly don't. I've never been in an alliance with the guy. I've never chatted with him online. I've never been in a group chat. Like, I just don't. Dreamin', yeah, but Dreamin', you're you and I'm me. I'm nice to, like, unless you come into this chat and you act like a total jerk and a bully, I'm going to be nice to you because that's just who I am. Dreamin' is a lot more, let's say, discerning in who he is pleasant to. Was that a good way of putting it, Dreamin'?
I think that's an excellent way of putting it.
There are a lot, Mega. That's been one thing that as I've now started into this, I've realized like how many people there are that do it, and a lot of people do a really good job of it. Actually, I think it's cool. There's a lot of, I don't know, like underrated or whatever the term would be. I don't think it's underrated. I just think they're just newer of people doing YouTube, and so they just don't have a lot of subscribers, but they're putting out like really good content, and they're probably just newer, or they're not consistently like on a daily or every other day putting out content, and then that really starts. It seems like that affects the YouTube algorithm and things like that. Like, I know, I whatever. I'm just gonna say I'm tired of like not talking about things that I believe because of controversy. So just it is what it is. But like Barrowman, I did not realize Barrowman had been doing YouTube as long as he had. I thought he was like the last like 3 or 4 months. And he put something up about that he'd been like doing it for a year. And I looked, and he has. I was shocked by that. I had no clue that he had been doing it that long. So why are you nice? Why am I nice to Dreamin'? Yeah, you're interesting. I don't feel like I see him bullying people in this chat. If he does, then he and I would have a conversation. I've known Dreamin' a very long time, and I like him for this reason. And not this isn't the only reason, but this is the main reason why I like him. See, he's not a hypocrite. He is not a hypocrite. This is just how he is on these chats. This is how he is to himself in alliance chats and in war and in talking about it. And so I respect that a lot. I respect people don't need to agree with me as far as I'm concerned. I don't need people to agree with me, but I'd like there to be a logic and uniformed way to the way they're treating other people and the way they then treat themselves. And if there are, I can respect it. And and therefore I respect that. And honestly, Dreamin's actually quite pleasant to me, to the best of my knowledge.
It's a very highbrow way to say, my version of things is just, I've always said that you are basically a human dog and Dreamin' is a cat.
I still like it better when I'm a puppy, but it works.
And I like both of you, but I treat you differently because of that.
Fusky, yeah, it seems I find a new MCoC user every week, and some are really good. Dude, there are some really good ones. I will admit that I'm not necessarily biased towards the ones on our Discord server, but
we just lost to TCN in war. I forgot.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, let's not go there. But yes, we did.
It's off season.
Ethan, I know, buddy. I know. It's just I get that question about like why am I nice to Dreamin'? And like I like to say like he's not a hypocrite. He's just absolutely not. And I really respect that. And he actually is very pleasant to me. Like if we want to tell the heartwarming Dreamin' story, I had a very upsetting death in war. In fact, I've never thought this before. I'm just now realizing it, but I think it's true when I think it through. I think that if Dreamin' was still in 4 Loki and in the same BG as me, which he was, I think I would probably still be in 4 Loki. I had a very bad death in Dreamin's last a war death. I had a really bad war death in Dreamin's last season for Loki, and I made some stupid mistakes. I didn't think through. I went in with a fight strategy, and the strategy wasn't working, and I could not think through quickly enough what adjustments needed to be made, and I died. I was very bothered by it. Because I was really looking forward to the fight. It was Dragon Man versus a Hyperion on the Power Gain Mini. And my BG had been having trouble with that fight. And so I got asked to take it. And so I was very excited about being like an asset, right? I had built it up in my own mind. And Dream, I don't remember how much long. I don't know if it was 10 minutes or 30 minutes. But I showed him the fight. And he and I chatted online for what felt like, again, like a good 15, 20, 30 minutes. And he didn't tell me it was okay. Again, he's not a hypocrite. He didn't lie and be like, well, you did great, buddy, but sometimes things just don't go your way, Like he didn't do that. He was still dreaming, but he was very pleasant about it and very nice and very human of like, yeah, you made a mistake, but that's cool that you understand how you could do this better. You've thought it through. I think your plan makes sense. He gave me some pointers, a little pat on the back, and like I was on my way. And And
Go get
so,
'em, kiddo.
yeah, exactly. Like, nice job, puppy. Next time you'll get the treat, you know? So yeah, that's my heartwarming dream and story. That's very, very true. And now that dude, it was. I remember dreaming. That was one of the first times I think you actually said to me, like, "Did you have the phone to your kid? Like, what happened here?" Oh, dude, it was such a like. It would have been such an easy fix too. It would have been such an easy fix. All I had to do, but it was not like an intuitive. It was not an intuitive fix. What I needed to do was let Hyperion throw his SP3 and then throw mine. Because then I would have had him. I would have had him cornered. Because that was the problem that was happening. I'm talking too much, and I just sent her unblockable.
That does make sense.
Yeah, but my fight strategy had been that I was just going to cycle SP3s, and by virtue of Dragon Man and all that stuff, I would get him down before he'd get me down. I went in with an indestructible boost. All right. I realize I got to pay attention to this fight a little bit more than I was. Not a lot more, but a little bit. Dreamin', if you're still there, dude, I think we're going to have a little like side bet with work in progress when our alliances match up, if you want in on that. Not for money. It'll be something fun, hopefully in-game related if we can. If you want part of that conversation, let me know.
Is this going to be like a 1v1 thing? Are you going to throw me into the ring again?
Oh, yeah, you're definitely part of it. You're definitely back. You're definitely part. And Strands is always down for stuff, so I'm not worried about whether he'll want to be part of it or not.
That's true. What are we doing, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's fun. Strands is fun.
Draven is always happy to gamble.
What was that?
Dreamin' says, I'm always happy to gamble.
I don't think I'm necessarily playing Emma well here, but I'm paying attention to the fight more. Okay, that was impressive. She withstood that SP2 pretty well in diamond form.
Yeah. Her, what is it? Armor resistances and crit resistance are all pretty solid.
The glancing, I think, is screwing with my ability to proc the prowess.
Yeah, I suppose that is offensive when she's in telepath form.
I'm assuming that's what's happening because I'm just not proccing it.
Yeah, if you're... Well, the other thing is that you need to crit. And so... Oh, yeah, I always forget. So I know that diamond form gives you crit resistance, physical resistance, and armor, and quite a bit of each. I always forget it also gives her block proficiency. It's not a lot, but it's significant.
You know what I'm doing wrong? Because I'm not heavying. I should be heavying. Well, I should be blocking too, apparently, but I should be heavying for anyone who is watching that. Don't do it.
Work says I've managed to not spend my units from Friday for an entire weekend. I'm a new man. Oh, really? So did you resist the new unit bundle, or did you just not see it yet?
PWF Vega versus Work in Progress and Dream. Sounds like House. Is that what you already said? Man, I really butchered that fight. Emma could definitely do that, no problem. Mega, I die in every war, so I'm used to it. Me too. You think I'd have learned over 4 or 5 years.
Oh, wow, you resisted. Okay, that's a different kind of resist.
Oh, it's that? Oh, yeah.
I am immune to such charms. I'm not.
I resisted. I do not know why. For some reason, really badly want Black Widow as a 6-star. It makes no sense. Especially
because you're never going to sig her up.
No, and skill is legitimately really good now, I feel like. Like, the next champion rankings video, I'm going to have to really look at it and be like, is skill as good as the rest of the classes now. I mean, no one's as good as mutant, right? But I don't know.
Yeah, it's solid. I mean, we don't have a lot of like Furies again, but I think what you specifically asked for a few months ago was more super premium champions, and Kabam said, "Hold my beer."
Yeah, exactly. They're like, "Oh, we got plans for you," and it's funny how he's going to come up again. But Cam basically said this. I don't know if it was 4 months ago or 5 months ago now, but I was in the For Loki chat and doing my thing I like to do where I talk about theories of what Kabam's going to do. And I said that I thought that we were going to get a lot of great skills because it needed work as a class. Mm-hmm. And I don't think he had inside information. I think he was just saying this would make sense. And he said, I think they're going to do it through buffs. I think they're going to buff a lot of skill champions. And so the class will get better through buffs. And they definitely have. Like Falcon, Kingpin, Mole Man. Right? So... yeah. All right, guys. This has been a lot of fun. I think we're going to call it. I can tell I'm not playing very well anymore. It was a lot of fun conversations, though. The deal is perfect. I'm going to take a look at this deal. I'm 2 stars away from a 6-star. I'll take a look at this deal because it has the 30% boost, and those are really helpful for the videos I've been doing lately. I have Black Widow Dead in rank 2, and find there so many times she comes in handy. That shock damage. Her damage is so good that I almost wonder if it's okay that she has very low utility. Strands loves his.
No.
No.
Strands and I have butted heads over her before.
Could use those boosts for sure. Yeah. Don't leave me. Yeah, I'm sorry. I gotta get going. But for those who haven't seen it, I definitely have a stream schedule that I think we're going to be able to stick to for the next couple of months. It's in my calendar, like in my real life calendar. So it is the intention to keep it. It'll be Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9:30 Pacific Standard Time, approximately, of course. And then Wednesdays, it'll be a little bit later, 3:30 p.m. And I believe I'll be able to stick to it. It's in there in pencil, heavy pencil. So what's up, Duke? I'm sorry, man. You show up and we're headed out. But thanks for stopping by. DL,
you know what we need to do?
What?
We need to, because you were talking about the Odin synergy for Angela. We need to do an incursions run where you just focus on like taking her to the moon.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, we'll do that stuff on the Tuesday, Thursday stream for sure as well. But that will be more happening on the Wednesday stream, those sorts of things. But I think they're all intended to be fun and testing and things like that. So, yeah.
Well, maybe not tomorrow. I don't know that I'll be back in time. Okay. I'm doing the 90-minute drive for my second shot again.
Oh, holy smokes. All right. Well, good luck with that. And,
thank you.
Yeah. I think we'll probably do variant. We'll probably get into the variant tomorrow. And
nice.
Have some fun with that. I feel like we did.
Do you remember what path I told you to try Tigra on?
No.
Okay, I'll take a look again. I think it's the Black Bolt one, so that should be clear enough.
I've started screenshotting stuff like that people send me. That I'm like, I'm not going to remember this, and I can't write it down right now. I've started screenshotting it, so I have like all these photos of just random messages. Like if anyone else looked at it, they'd be like, "What is wrong with this person?" All right, guys. Anything to add, Yellow?
No, but you were going to look at the bundle.
Oh, yeah. Is it up or do I have to refresh my game?
It is. I think it's up. If you have the mail, you should see it. It's in the unit store. Or not the unit store, the store.
Got it. Oh, yeah, I think I did see that there at the store. I'm always scared because they're the same unit price. I'm always worried I'm going to click on the 5-star version.
I know exactly what you mean.
You know what I'll have to do is I'll have to look and see how many 30% champion boosts I have in my overflow already. If I have a decent, because I really did lose like six or so, and that hurt a little bit. I had a very busy week last week, and so I wasn't able to use them and do the testing I had wanted. Okay, Nick Fury's in it. I think I pretty much have to do these.
Yeah. There's a ghost in there for me too.
You guys want to? I realized I had said bye, so a lot of people have left. Do you guys want to see this on stream? Do you want to see them in the video, or are you like you're still talking? I thought you were leaving.
You still got 44, 43. I don't know.
On stream.
Oh, it just ticked back up. That's funny.
Okay. All right. So we'll open these up on stream. I'm probably gonna spin them though. Let's open them. I know, Dreamin'. I feel as I did, I was like, what kind of rookie am I?
Hey, do you guys want to see me gamble on this game?
Yeah. Would that be fun? Okay, here we go. So, I really was shutting down. I even moved the microphone away. Hopefully you guys can hear me now.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll be getting this. All right. I'm going to check and see how many I did just send to my overflow. All right, looks like I got some testing to do.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. This is how it happens.
Homer.
This is how this happens. All right. I only got Hulkbuster crystals out there too. All right, let's start with popping. Let's start with popping this one. 3-star Rocky Raccoon. All right. John, of course, is what we're voting for. Okay. Close this stuff.
I know we say it every time, but they need to let us turn those things off.
Someone was saying they're like, I would pay money to have have that function.
It should just be a benefit of the sigil to never see that garbage again.
Dude, that's a great idea. That is a great idea. Is there anyone in here that I really... I'd like to awaken Storm X, but her SIG isn't a huge deal, right?
No, I honestly think that it's useless.
Okay,
because when I'm playing with a champion, I usually don't try and get them below 30% health.
Yeah, typically not my style. Not intentional style anyway. Black Widow is in here though, so I am going to spin these guys. I thought about popping them, but I would want Black Widows. I don't know why. I just do. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Sometimes you're like, they're just trolling. They're breaking the fourth wall. They're like, no, we have no control over anything. But
yeah. Oh, dude, I would have really liked that. I mean, I know we had just said that like the SIG isn't a huge deal, but
it's still nice. No, I definitely want her awakened. Don't get me wrong.
And then she was after Rocket 2, which I was like, can I get the... Like, I think it was... Oh, man. Yeah, Josh, they talked... The DLL was like, you remember the... I was like, oh, yeah. So we're doing this real quick here. I don't know if we'll spin all of them. I
thought you were about to say, I talked you into spending.
Yeah.
It's going to sputter.
Oh. They are...
She's fun, too. Have you used her as a horseman yet?
No, but I have seen the videos. I've said his name, and again, guys, like, it is what it is. You can make up your own minds. You're all very intelligent people. But I've seen the videos of Barrowman with Storm in the Abyss, and holy cow, we can dish out some damage in the right scenarios.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was one of the ones.
I haven't even seen Black Widow. I'd love to get my SIG up on my Captain America Infinity War. I do have them as a rank 3.
Mm-hmm.
That one was pretty obvious. I mean, there was a little pause on her, but I think it was pretty clear that it wasn't going to land on her. I'd like to awaken my Hulk too. I was not disappointed when I pulled him. I was not disappointed
Really?
at all. Yeah.
I just recently took my 5-star to 455 with one of those old gems.
Do you think that they'll buff champions like him? Meaning like these kind of like fan favorite champions that have just been in the game a long time, that like Thor, like OG Thor too.
I really hope so. And I mean, I've had this discussion with. Oh, nice. I've had this discussion with J-Nick before. Oh, cool.
I like that's actually probably better than getting her as a 6-star. That's awesome.
Yes.
Paul, you're seeing the little micro facial expressions. I'm trying not to do too many of them, but yeah, they're there. I'm really excited about that. What's up, Soups? Yeah, we ended up. Oh.
There's another, and on a rocket again. That's just mean.
Yeah, it is. But they gave me Black Widow, so I'm content.
Yeah. But yeah, I hope that.
Oh yes! Oh no!
Oh my god!
I'm sorry for anyone. There is a sound gate on the microphone, so I hope it works.
It's working.
Oh,
that was cruel and unusual.
I mean, that one was like, yeah.
Freeman says that got him too.
I was so.
Yeah, I agree with Snoop. This needs to be a video.
I did hit record. I know people don't usually like watching the stream like playback, but I think I will put it out because like that was. Is it okay?
That
Good.
was something.
I think you know what's weird is like I mean these are exciting in general. This is even more exciting to do it on a stream and having someone on call who like knows what they count and like. So like the highs, the excitement. Oh my god!
Whoa,
that's pretty sweet. I mean, I could have awakened. I had the awakening gem for her, but like it's always feels better to get this.
Hey, Nick. Really, that amount of pain? You're like, oh, I need some of that.
Yeah, exactly. What about what you just saw convinced you that? All right. That was too much fun. I think we're going to spin out these other ones.
I need to feel alive.
I need to feel.
Is it the Johnny Cash song from Logan? I hurt myself today.
I can't think of that. I can't think of what that the name of that song. It's a great song.
I'm pretty sure it's called Hurt.
Hurt. Yeah. That's funny that you associate with that movie, which was I love that movie because that song came out and I was I think a junior in high school. Anyways, moving on.
Yeah, it's funny.
This opening.
Thanks to my dad, I've been a Johnny Cash song for a while, but yeah, I didn't. That song, due to it being some of his later stuff, I didn't know really until that movie. Yeah, Paul, no kidding. Straight into the top 5 stream moments. See, I almost commented when we were reading over that it was this Crystal, I feel like, has more dramatic highs and lows than the other one because you have Nick and Ghost and then Diablo and Iron Patriot.
Yeah, I mean, there's some 6 stars in here that you'll hear me be like, I would have preferred to get a 5-star. Daniel's here. What's up, dude? Saying hi to J-Nick?
Oh, thanks, Work. Work confirms it is called Hurt. I was pretty sure, and says that it's a 9 Inch Nails song that Cash covered.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And it was definitely like, you were really, and I'm being sarcastic, you were a very deep guy though, if you liked the Johnny Cash version, like you're really feeling it, you're very serious. This was like the beginnings of if the term still holds, of being emo. Does that still hold? Do people know what that term means?
I at least do, but I'm starting to get old.
Yeah. Duke, I know, but the drama, like, I actually enjoyed that. I think there's something about streaming it and spinning that is really enjoyable. I'm enjoying this, where I would have probably popped at least some if I was just filming this as a video. Okay, 5-star ratio. These 6 stars that they've been teasing me with here, though, are the ones where I'm like, well, maybe there's a buff.
Yeah.
What's up, Marvel?
That's it. Took me too long to... I have some of their music, but it took me too long to remember the name of the band. When you made fun of the Johnny Cash version like that, all I could think of was the Disturbed cover of Sound of Silence.
Yeah. All right. I mean, that's...
All right. I got a theme.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure folks haven't seen it. I would be normally pretty excited about that, but I just got her as a 6-star, which was pretty cool. Pulled a 6-star course. Nice, dude. Congratulations. All right, 3 left. Let's hope we get something fun here. These haven't been quite as dramatic as the first one, as the first 9. All right, all right. I feel like I haven't even seen 6-star Fury. It's raining Black Widows. It really is. They've been...
You jinxed yourself.
I really did. I really did. Stig 100. There we go.
All right, time to try him out with the Silver Centurion synergy.
I mean,
Dreaming.
All right. 6-star, yes. This is why I can't get Fury, man. This is it right here. All right, and I can't think of a better way to end this than that, right? Like,
you know, one of the other songs that I use to make fun of moments like this is Mad World. You know, the All Around Me Are Familiar Faces. But I'm actually, like, I've lost the ability to do that because the Demi Lovato cover is actually really sad. But I still think of it for these moments.
yeah, this was all right. Well, thank you everyone who just watched this as a video. I appreciate it. Hope you had enjoyed it. And thank you everyone who was on this stream. This was... Oh no, J-Nick's gonna... Who'd you get, J-Nick? The way he wrote it, you know that he got... Who was like the best tech in there?
Like Hulkbuster.
Yeah.
Or Ghost.
You know he's like trying not to drive the knife further into my heart right now. NBA Grind, Mr. Star Luck is insane. Gamora, Daredevil, Corvus, nice.
Ghost. Yep.
Stealth fighting. All right, everybody.
On that note,
you're a nice man. I do like you. Yeah, he got
just
Ghost
not right now.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by. This was an absolute blast. Looking forward to doing it again tomorrow, a little bit later in the day, and then Thursday at the same time. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.
Later.